one curtain's down and one's up. That was me.
Oh, Becky's in the room. So Becky's in the room.
Let's put some Liffey on. Hang on a second. But you haven't got her in yet.
You have the microphone?
Hang on, it's putting lipstick on. Hang on. Do one thing at a time. I've become a man. I can't multitask anymore. I need to close the door. Put microphone on. We're going to break that door one of these days, aren't we? Too many coats on it.
Don't close that anymore.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Just look at the loud bloody voice.
I'll be going on Monday.
Alright.
Yeah. See, I can see she's in the waiting room now. Like, so weird. Hello, Becky and Joseph Collins. How are we today on the 30th of December, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Anything?
We don't really know, but I don't think so. Nothing planned. Sarah can't go anywhere.
No, of course. Will there be any fireworks or anything in where you are in LA?
Say again?
Will there be any fireworks or anything in LA? Or do they not really do that?
No idea. I have no idea. That's a huge place, but probably down at the beach there will probably, here even in Newport, I imagine there'll be fireworks at the beach. I doubt we'll go.
No.
I don't want to be on the road with drunks.
No.
Don't want to be out.
We're going round to Jeannie. You remember Jeannie and Richard? We're going round to their house for dinner. And then they want to go to the pub afterwards, but I don't know if I do. A pub full of drunk people on New Year's Eve, not my idea of fun.
COVID. Right.
Well, just because people here are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Are very kind of blasé about COVID these days, because it appears that although there's lots of people getting infected, it's all quite mild. And I think people are just kind of going, oh, I've had enough. I just want to go out and have fun. I'm tired of it all. Is there a sense of that in America as well, do you feel, or not so much?
They never took it seriously here.
Oh.
They never took it seriously. People don't get even their first vaccine or their second one.
I thought the States had a really high vaccine rate, no?
Right now, President Biden's push is to get 70% of the population have a first vaccine.
Oh, I thought they had a high vaccination rate.
That's his push right now. That's his goal. No, people are not getting back. I mean, certain parts of the population are getting vaccinated and boosted.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's not good.
It's stupid. Stupid.
Well, stupid is as stupid does, and you can't help stupid, right?
Can't get stupid.
Exactly. So how long are you staying in America till?
So the 15th of January.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah. Sarah goes to her first checkup today, and we'll find out if she's going to go back to work in 6 weeks, which would be the Monday after we leave. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Cool.
we for the whole 6 weeks.
Nice. Well, we took the decision, we've cancelled our India trip. I'm still hoping to go for my next level of yoga teacher training for the month of February. That's the hope. But
Yeah,
again, I mean, that's,
I think that's a wise decision.
yeah, it was getting really stressful, not knowing, just so many variables. It's just, I can't cope with
Right.
unknown variables. It causes me intense
Oh,
stress.
it's very stressful. I mean, even with us coming to the States, we were coming for a reason. We weren't just going for the holidays or whatever, coming for a reason. But just that not knowing until the last day if you were going to pass that test and if the flight was going to be canceled and on and on and on, it just...
And they're changing the regulations in Spain again because of the high infection rates. They're changing the regulations in Spain again.
Yeah.
To what?
Compulsory mask wearing everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I think venues closing earlier. But
yeah, no discos, no bars.
Yeah, no discos. Damn it! Where are we going to go discoing, Valerie? We want to go out and disco. We want to party. Maybe in Vienna.
You want to go to disco?
No.
Did I hear that right?
Although I do know Becky really likes dancing. She does.
Yeah.
She likes dancing. Robert likes dancing, but perhaps not with as much grace as Becky. Joe is not crazy about dancing, and I'm a terrible dancer. So you'll like this story. You like this story, Valerie. At my son's wedding, there were a lot of German military officers and stuff. And one guy that I know, he said, "Oh, come on, Andrea, dance with me." I said, "I can't dance." And he said, "Oh, I can teach you. You'll be fine. I'm a good dancer." And he was, because a lot of Germans and Austrians are really good at dancing, right? Halfway through the song, he went, "You really can't dance," and walked off. So I told you I can't dance. I don't lie about these things. I can boogie away by myself, but I can't do formal, proper dancing. I just can't. I've never learned how to do that. So
Anyway, it's not an essential skill.
it's not an essential life skill, right? Whereas yoga is.
Necessary.
Absolutely essential for our lives. Seriously, it keeps me sane. I'm hoping it keeps you guys sane as well.
Yes.
When you don't know what's happening from one week to the next, at least you can think, "Oh, I can do yoga on Tuesday and Thursday. Not this Saturday because it is New Year's Day, but we'll do a class on Sunday evening again, which is quite nice."
I won't be.
Where are you off to this weekend, Valerie?
I will be at the New Year's concert.
Oh my God, you going? You got tickets?
There are 2 sets of shows. The first one on the 1st of January, it's almost impossible to get tickets.
Yeah.
But on the 2nd, there is another set of shows.
Oh.
And I got the afternoon show together with my sister and my brother.
Oh, my son would be so jealous. That's his dream, to go to the New Year's Day concert in Vienna.
If you're a bit modest and go on the 2nd instead of the 1st, you can manage.
Okay, cool. I will mention that to him.
Yeah, you don't lose out on the location. You don't lose out on the musical quality. It's just that it's not broadcasted worldwide.
And it's the same repertoire, the same music.
I'm not sure. I would have to check. I don't know.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, but 2 full hours.
Bliss.
Like beautiful music.
Oh, that'll be so nice. So good for the soul. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's so
lovely. We went to the ballet last night. We saw the Nutcracker. It was really nice.
Wow.
It was lovely.
Nice.
Really, really nice. So, little joys in life where we can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, that keeps it going. That keeps you alive.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we're becoming robots.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, our class this evening is all about forward folds. So the one thing I'm going to say to take care of are your knees. So do bend your knees if you feel any ouchiness at any point. Don't overextend. Do take it easy. We want to jump into it, because in the German you say you jump into the new year, don't you?
You jump?
You jump into the new year. No, is that not a saying?
Now you slide.
Oh, you slide into sliding. We can do that drunk, right?
Ein guter Rutsch.
That's right. Well, we're going to slide into the new year, flexible and bendy and strong and feeling good. So, well, I think we'll make a start. It's almost time. I'm not sure if anyone is still joining us. A couple of people are injured. A couple of people are out. So we'll just see how it goes. We're going to start in child's pose. So, coming to your mats and finding your comfortable child's pose. So that might be with your knees wide and your big toes together, and just bringing your hips to your heels, elbows wide, bringing your forehead to the mat, or knees together, arms behind you. Whichever one is more comfortable for you. I like wide kneed, gives me room for my belly. And just breathe in the pose. So on every inhale, feel your spine elongate, and as you exhale, just draw your hips towards your heels. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw the hips down, relax the shoulders, relax your face. Inhale, length. Fill your lungs, and exhale, release your hips. Nice. And then sliding your hands away from you in front of you. Reach your hands as far as they will go. Spread your fingers wide. Feel your arms extending. Feel your arm muscles. Draw your shoulder blades in behind you. And then lower the forearms and just start to shift your weight forward, sliding your legs away behind you. Coming into a Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Forearms parallel, fingers spread wide. Press the hips into the mat. Press your elbows down hard. Pull your shoulders away from your ears as you lift your gaze up to the ceiling. And breathe in the pose. Deep inhalation, long, slow exhalation. Deep breath in. Expand your lungs. Feel your rib cage expanding. Feel the back expanding. And as you exhale, release that rib cage, release the hips. Let go of any tension in your legs and in your feet. And then tucking your toes under, we're coming into a forearm plank. So just lift the knees. You're on your forearms and your toes. Neck is long, shoulders pulling away from the ears. Holding it for another couple of breaths. Press into the elbows, push your heels away from you. Lift the kneecaps. And then lower the knees. Pressing into your hands, lift your hips and walk your hands back towards you until your hips come down to your heels. Spread the legs wide, release the elbows, release the forehead to the mat. Every inhale, extending the stretch on the back. Every exhale, releasing the hips down. Couple more deep breaths here. Really feel your back expand on every inhale. And on your next inhale, extending arms long, spreading fingers wide, tucking toes and coming into a bent knee to downward facing dog. Stretching out one leg at a time, pedaling one heel at a time away from you. And then slowly with bent knees, walking yourself up to the top of your mat. Keep your knees bent. So your belly and your chest are on your thighs as you fold forwards with the head. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Uttanasana, forward fold with deep bend in the knees. And then coming up onto your fingertips, extending the backs of the legs, straightening the legs, lift the kneecaps, squeeze the fronts of the thighs. Lift those kneecaps a bit higher, squeeze the fronts of the thighs a little more. And as you exhale, soften the knees, bring your hands flat either side of the feet and give your head another nod. Nice. Shuffle your feet together so your toes are touching, your heels are touching, your calves, your knees, your thighs. And then in pulling the belly button up and in, lifting the arms up in front of you, shoulder width apart, taking a little back bend and hands into heart center. Really nice. Inhale the shoulders up, back, slide them down, big circles, in, up, and exhale down and forward. One more time, inhale, up, squeeze, 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 back, down and forward. Reverse it, going backwards and up, forwards and down, backwards and up, forwards and down. One more time. And releasing, bringing the hands in front of you, gliding them up past your face, palms pressed together, taking a little back bend. Pull the belly up and in as you hinge forward from the hips, hands coming down in front of you, fingertips touch the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana, straighten your legs as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen, neck is long. Exhale, hands in front of you, step the right foot back, the left foot back to your plank. Lower the knees, tuck elbows, chest and chin as you come down to the mat. Sliding into your cobra, pressing into hands, tucking toes, downward facing dog. Press into the hands, push your chest towards your thighs. Right foot forward, left foot forward, feet together, knees together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift up onto fingertips, pull shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold, trying to keep your legs extended as long as possible. Soften the knees as you reverse swan dive up. Hands meet, they flip, and again, pull belly up and in, pull shoulder blades down and in as you swan dive to the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, the right foot back to your plank. Pause for a moment in your plank, walk your toes in, press your heels away. Check your hands are under your shoulders. And then just rotate your heels over to the right. So your both feet are going to come down and touch the mat. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, both feet over to the left. Inhale, center. And just alternating from side to side, just twisting at the hips. Should feel quite nice. One more time on either side. And then coming back to your plank. Knees, chest and chin. Cobra or up dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. Press into the hands, lift the hips. Up on your tiptoes, and as you exhale, lower the heels, press the chest between your arms. Deep breath in and long, slow exhale. And then walk the hands back towards your feet. We're coming into a fold at the back of the mat. By now you might be warmed up enough to keep your legs straight, really straight, and hands either side of your feet. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Have your feet hip width apart, inner edges of your feet parallel. Soften the knees as you reverse swan dive up. Hands kiss and to heart center. Nice. Inhale, hands up, release the hands. And as you exhale, bend the knees, bring your arms up behind you. Forward fold, bringing the hands up. Inhale, arms sweep down, fingertips brush the ground as you come upright. Exhale, fold, brush the floor, bring your arms behind you, bring them up a bit higher. And reversing back up, one more time. Sweep them down in a big circle, up behind you, overhead, bring your nose to your knees. And bringing them back up. Releasing your hands, bringing them behind you. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press your hands away from you. Nice little back stretch. Feet hip width apart. Inner edges parallel. Lift the belly up and in. Lift the kneecaps, the fronts of the thighs. Keep your core strong as you start to hinge forward. Micro bend the knees to come into the fold and then lift the kneecaps up as you straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Arms coming deeper into the bend. Inhale, lengthen legs, lengthen spine. Exhale, folding a little deeper. Pulling belly button up and in. Squeezing your mula bandha. Soft bend of the knees as you lift yourself up. Release hands, bringing them up, shoulder width apart for a back bend. As you exhale, bring your hands down, interlacing them behind you once more. Squeeze shoulder blades, lift your core, belly button pulling up and in. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze the fronts of your thighs. Squeezing shoulder blades together as you start to hinge forward. Micro bend the knees to come into the pose. And then extending long as you fold over your thighs. Arms coming over your head. We're staying here for 3 breaths. Deep breath in. Feel the spine lengthen as you exhale, folding a little deeper. Bend your knees if you're feeling any pain. Keep them as soft as you need them to be, or extending long if that's going to feel okay for you. Now shift your weight forward a tiny bit so you are even on the balls of your feet and on the heels of your feet. Maybe the arms are going to come a little lower. One more deep breath here. Lengthening the spine, and as you exhale, folding a tiny bit deeper. Releasing your hands, bringing your arms down in front of you, and just take a little sway of the hips. Releasing the lower back maybe a tiny bit more. And then walk your right hand underneath the right foot till your big toe touches your right wrist. Walk your left hand under your left foot till your big toe touches the wrist. And then give your toes a waggle, massaging your hands, your palms, the base of the wrist, your fingers. Give yourself a little foot hand massage. And then keeping your hands underneath your feet, try extending one leg long, pressing one knee back and then bending. Other knee back and bending, alternating one side, then the other side. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Releasing your hands from underneath your feet. See if you can shift your weight forward a little bit more so you're coming slightly off the heels. So you're more on the ball of your feet and your toes. Try and straighten the legs a tiny bit more. Nice. And then walking with the hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, coming into your plank. Pausing for a moment, press the heels away, lift the kneecaps, squeeze the fronts of the thighs. Lower your knees, hips back towards your heels as the belly and chest come to the thighs. Release the elbows, lower the forehead to the mat. Take a tiny little rock from side to side on your knees and legs, just gently easing out the lower back. And then release the forehead down to the ground. Bring your arms behind you, palms facing upwards, taking the full pose. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, and just breathe. Just gently breathe. And on your next inhale, draw your mula bandha underneath you. Engage the Uddiyana bandha in front of you. And slowly lifting up, coming to seated on your feet. Press your hands on the ground, curl your toes, and sitting back, little toe stretch. Stretching out the sole of the foot. Hands resting on the thighs. Eyes can be closed. Couple of breaths, stretching out. And then bringing your hands to the mat, coming up onto a toe stand. Shuffle your feet together, shuffle your knees together. Placing your hands on your thighs, finding your balance. Look at something in front of you that's not moving. You can stay here with hands on knees or bring your hands to heart center. Just focus on something unmoving. And then using your hands either side of you, perhaps for balance, fingertips touching, extending your legs, coming back once more to our forward fold. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Beautiful. Bend the knees really deeply as you sweep the arms up in front of you, shoulder width apart, palms facing. Little back bend and hands into heart center. Really nice, everybody. We'll do a couple of standing poses before we come back down to the mat. So we're going to do some work on dancer's pose, which does involve a little bit of a fold forward, a little bend. So I know, Becky and Joe, you've got straps, yeah? You've got yoga straps or belts? If you don't have them, don't worry, you don't actually need them. You don't need them, it's not an issue. If you've got one, you can use it around your foot, but it's not necessary because actually you're just going to take hold of the foot with your hand. If you've got them, great. So you want the strap around your left foot, around the top of your left foot. So you're like this. Oopsie. And then maybe bringing it over the left shoulder. So you're sort of like this. Holding on to something maybe with the right hand. Get that right foot really nice and stable. Lift the right kneecap, squeeze the front of the right thigh. Maybe bringing that strap a little higher, bringing your foot behind you, as high as it will comfortably go. Bring the belly button in, engage the core. And then you can start to hinge forward, lifting that foot up. And maybe bringing the right arm out in front of you for a dancer's pose. If you don't like using the strap, just holding the foot, bringing the foot up behind you, and right arm coming down. The strap can help, but it can also hinder because it stops you lifting your knee up as high perhaps. Reaching forward and then slowly coming back down, releasing the strap. Take hold of that left knee, give it a hug, squeeze it up to the chest. And then we're going to take a very quick warrior three. So arms behind you as left leg comes back to your warrior three. Straighten that standing leg a little bit more perhaps. Nice, Becky. Really nice. Lift that left leg a bit higher, Valerie. Just a tiny bit higher. And inhale, coming up to standing, giving everything a shake. So I'm going to set up on the other side. So try it again with the strap or just try holding your foot, whatever's going to feel better for you. If you've got your foot behind you in the strap, get the left standing leg super strong first. Make sure your weight is even on the ball and the heel, toes lifting and spreading, left knee, cup and thigh super strong. And then coming forward into the fold, lifting left arm, oops daisy, I'm super wobbly. Lifting left arm up, lift that left arm longer, lift that right knee a little higher. Keep that, that's really nice, Valerie, beautiful. Kick a little higher there, Valerie. Straighten the standing leg a tiny bit more. Tiny bit more, there you go, nice. And as you release, bringing right knee up to the chest, giving it a little hug, a little squeeze. Nice. And then control the knee, arms behind you, as you come into your warrior three. Nice. Straighten that standing leg. Very nice, Becky. And releasing, giving everything a shake. While we're up here, let's just do, I'm in front of my Christmas tree. We're going to do a tree. So I find it easier off the mat. Get the standing leg firm. We'll start with the right foot. Lift the toes, spread the toes, lift the kneecap, squeeze the front of the thigh. Bringing the left foot in to wherever. I think we all take the full pose, don't we? Nice. Now watch your balance, that you're not kind of leaning over, compensating one way or the other. You really want to get the sense of shoulders and hips that are aligned, hands at heart center, and then growing those branches. Now as the hands reach up, pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and in behind you. Pull your belly up and in, strong core. Maybe squeezing that right glute cheek a little bit as well. Keep squeezing the right thigh. And you can try closing one eye. And then perhaps the other eye. And perhaps, but you don't have to, both eyes, your choice. But keep that core strong. Keep the shoulder blades pulling down and in. Focus and breathe. I'm going to stay here for about another 15 seconds. Keep pulling the belly up and in. Focusing. Maintaining. Another 5 seconds. And hands to heart center and releasing. I love your balance there, Becky. Fabulous. Giving the legs a shake, and we're going to set up on the other side. So spread your toes, make your foot really big, strong, stable for supporting you. Bringing your foot to the inner thigh. This is my dodgy side. And just watch that you don't tilt your hips. Make sure that the standing leg is really strong, the thigh, the knee. Shoulders aligned over hips. Hands into heart center. And then growing the branches. Pull the belly up and in. I want to see those. That's it, Valerie. Beautiful. Strong core. Shoulder blades pulling away from the ears. Relaxing the top of your shoulders. Reaching the arms a little higher perhaps. Thumb and index finger joined. Closing one eye. And opening. And then perhaps the other eye. And opening. Maybe closing both eyes. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds. Keep pulling the belly up and in. The shoulders down and in. Strong standing leg. Squeeze the thigh muscles. Another 5 seconds left. And hands to heart center. Releasing, giving everything a little shake. Nice strong balances, everybody. Well done. And coming to the top of your mat. Standing with your feet hip width apart. Palms facing forward. Get that little pelvic tilt coming down, sliding down underneath and up in front of you. Lift the kneecaps, squeeze the fronts of the thighs. Shoulders up, back and down. Close your eyes for a second in Tadasana. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze the fronts of the thighs. Palms are facing up as arms lift out to the side. As arms lift up, shoulders pulling down. Hands shoulder width apart. Hinging at the hips, coming into a forward fold with soft knees, feet hip width apart. Inhale up onto fingertips. Hands in front of you, stepping or jumping back to your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana as you lower yourself down. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog, and meeting in Downward Facing Dog, pedaling it out one leg at a time. Spread your fingers wide, press into the palms, lift the hips, and as you exhale, lower the heels. Bend your knees, and we're going to jump so our feet are outside our hands. So gaze is forward as you jump into a squat, feet outside the hands. And jumping back to plank. Nice, we're going to do it 3 times, Joe. Inhale, jumping forward into a squat. Come on, Joe. Exhale, jumping back. And last time, jumping forward into your squat. Using your hands to bring your bottom down to the mat and extending legs long in front of you. Give them a bash on the mat. Nice. So, I know you can all touch your toes, so we don't need the strap for this. But first of all, press into your hands and really get the length in the spine. So your bottom is just lifting off the mat. Now try and keep that length in the spine. Shoulder blades down and in behind you as arms reach out. Lift the belly up and in, flex the toes towards you. Hands shoulder width. Get that reach, get that lift. And then slowly hinging, keeping your back as straight as possible. Pause. Reach, reach, reach out of the sacrum. As you fold, one more time, reach. And then, Becky, our favourite, a little gentle rock from side to side as your hands reach towards your feet, or your shins, or your ankles, wherever they're going to get to today. Every day is different. And again, just take a gentle rock from side to side, holding on wherever you reach to. Gazing forward. Press the heels away from you, pull the toes towards you. Rotate the elbows so the creases are facing forward, and then lowering the elbows. Lower and relax your head. I'm not coming very deep into the fold today. My back's not as flexible today as it was on other days. Every day feels different, but that's a good thing, right? And breathing in the pose. Releasing the grip on your feet, slowly walking your hands up your legs, bringing your hands either side of you, bending knees, feet are flat on the mat, coming into a reverse tabletop, lift the hips. Neck is long, gaze is up towards the ceiling. Press harder into the hands and feet, lift the hips a little higher. And then shifting your weight backwards, bring your bottom between your hands but don't touch the ground. Straighten the legs, keep the bottom lifted. And inhale, bending, coming back into reverse tabletop. We're going to do that a couple more times. So just start to shift your weight back over your hands. Bring your hips between your arms, legs extended, and inhale. A reverse tabletop. We're going to do that one more time. As you shift your weight slightly back, hips coming between your hands, and lower the bottom to the ground. Bend the knees, hands, make that nice diamond shape. Don't bring the feet in too close. Taking that little rock from side to side. And then elbows pressing against your inner shin. Just wiggle yourself very slowly and gently forward. Not coming into it too deep, but use pushing against your legs to get the length in the spine, to get the back nice and straight. And then maybe moving your hands a little bit further forward, drawing yourself further forward. You'll feel like a little tug around your glutes and maybe a tiniest tug on your lower back. So do be careful here, Valerie. But you're aiming to just try and keep the spine as straight as possible, and then maybe moving your elbows to the fronts of your shins and maybe coming down a little lower. But Valerie, please take care with this one. And then relaxing chin to chest. Breathing in the fold. And then on your next inhale, pressing down on your feet to bring yourself back upright, extending left foot long, right foot into the perineum. Flex the left foot, let the right knee just relax down. Sliding left hand down, left leg towards your left toes. Extend, lifting out of the sacrum straight back. And as you exhale, bringing right arm up overhead, coming into a fold on the left side. Bringing right arm as high overhead as is comfortable for you. Nice, really, really nice. Bring that right shoulder back a little bit so your body is twisting open slightly. Gaze is underneath the right armpit. And breathe in the pose. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Maybe reaching that right arm a tiny bit further. Really nice. And on your exhale, bringing right arm back, bringing right arm behind you, sweeping left arm in front of you, and coming into a little back bend. Lift the hips, press hard on the right hand, arch your back, and exhale yourself back down, swapping to the other side. Right leg long, left foot to the inner thigh, flexing right foot. Starting off, getting the length in the spine, get nice and upright. Nice straight backs. We're all going to be straight backed as we age. Sliding your right hand down towards the right foot. Draw the left arm back. Rotate that left shoulder open. You want the open chest as right elbow reaches down to right shin. Left arm coming overhead. but pull that left shoulder blade in behind you. Gaze is underneath the left arm. Every inhale, reach the left arm a little longer. Every exhale, maybe folding deeper into the pose. Very nice, everyone. One more deep breath here. Exhale. On your next inhale, sweeping left arm up behind you, placing it fingers pointing away from you. Right arm circling up and over. Lift your hips to the ceiling. Press those hips up, arching your back, letting your head drop behind you. And exhale, bringing right arm down and around in front of you. Really nice. Extending legs super wide as you can go on the mat. Now, if you feel like you're a bit slouchy in the pose, you can just roll your mat over a couple of times and plonk the back of your bottom on it. That might lift you up enough. See how it feels. Get those feet firmly flexed. Take hold on the inner thighs and see if you can open your legs a tiny bit wider. I know men often struggle with this pose because you have tighter hamstrings. So you can bend your knees a bit, Joe, if that's going to help. But if you're good in this pose, fantastic. Reaching the arms out wide. On your inhale, turning over to the right, keeping both arms lifted. And back to centre. Over to the left, twisting round. Back to centre. Back over to the right, but this time reaching your left hand down towards the toes, turning to look over the right shoulder. Inhaling back to centre. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to centre. And back over to the right side, taking hold of the right foot with the toe. Bring your other hand over to that toe. And now get the length in the back. Looking towards that right foot, gentle little shuffle as you slowly start to release down. Folding down towards the right thigh, the right knee. Keep both feet really flexed. Strong pose. Deep breath in. Lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, relaxing deeper down. Inhale, length. Exhale, relaxing. And then releasing the grip on the foot, walking yourself back upright, bringing the arms wide again. Let's just have another little practice run. So over to the left, right hand to right toe. Inhale up and back to centre. Over to the other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling right hand to left foot. Pause. Take hold of that big toe. Bring left hand over to meet it. Keep both feet really flexed. Pull those toes towards you. Just shift slightly at the waist so you're really facing that left foot. And then folding by bending the elbows. Keep both feet really flexed. Inhale, length into the spine. Exhale, fold. Pull the belly up and in. Keep the core strong. Inhale, length. Exhale, folding deeper. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, releasing down. Releasing your grip on your foot. Bring both hands to the inner left foot. And then just walk your hands around to the centre. Creep those fingertips forward a tiny bit more. Pull the shoulders away from the ear as you lower the forearms. Lower your head down to the ground. Keep the feet flexed. Active legs. One more deep breath in. And exhale, folding a little deeper. Pressing onto the floor with your hands. Walk your hands back. Pressing, pushing yourself upright. Bringing your hands behind you. Just bringing your legs in and just wrapping your arms behind your knees, under your thighs. Lower your forehead to your knees. Relax in the pose. And on your next inhale, lifting the head, releasing behind your thighs, uncurling your mat if you had it rolled up, and just coming to seated, about halfway down your mat, hands behind the thighs. Now C-shape your back and just let your body weight come backwards without your feet coming off the floor. Pull the belly up and in, and then using the pulling your belly in, the core and the grip behind the thighs, lift yourself up, reach your hands up, reach to the ceiling. This time keep the hands shoulder width apart, palms facing as you C-shape your back, and coming into kind of a canoe pose. So you're coming quite low, we're not going all the way down. Pull the belly up and in as you lift up. Pull the core up and in as the arms reach up. And exhale, bring your arms down straight in front of you, C-shape, chin to chest, coming a little bit deeper, but we're not going all the way down yet. Inhale, up, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, palms spread wide, fingers spread wide, C-shape your back, coming the deepest you can go without your shoulders coming down. Last time, inhaling back up, a little bit of core work, reach, reach, reach. And bringing hands behind your thighs, knees and feet together as we come into our Navasana boat pose. Point the toes, point, 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 really stretch the top of the foot as you point your toes, might get a cramp. But keep pointing, releasing arms up, reaching up to the ceiling. Keep pulling the legs together, squeeze the knees together. Keep the core really, really strong as we remain in the pose. Arms a little bit higher, and then taking the big toes, coming into our balancing bear, pressing the heels away from you. Pull those legs a little bit higher towards you perhaps. Shoulders away from the ears, nice. And then bringing the legs together, keeping them as straight as possible, releasing, reaching up, extend the legs long, and finally coming down, give the knees a hug to the chest. So we're going to do a little shoulder stand coming into a plough behind us, because a plough is basically a forward fold, but lying on your back. So I'm just going to turn myself around a bit so I can watch. So however you come into your shoulder stand, I'm going to watch you all actually. So using the sofa, great idea. It's such a good way to get into it. Whichever method you're using, bring your knees to your chest. Perfect, Becky. Push that butt up, Becky, as high as it will go. Very nice, Joe. Very nice. Bringing those legs up as high as is comfortable for you. Becky, bring your knees down to your forehead and try and shuffle your elbows in a teensy bit closer towards each other. Very nice. That's it. Perfect. Very nice, Valerie. And then you'll need to keep your feet firmly flexed, bringing them down behind you, one at a time, or both together, coming into your plough. A very, very deep forward fold. Your nose might be by your knees. Maybe legs are straight, maybe they're bent. Maybe you're going to bend them, lifting the feet, knees either side of your ears. You choose what's going to feel nice for you for the next 30 seconds or so. Let's have a look. Beautiful work there, Valerie. Strong. Nice. Only take your hands away from your lower back if your feet are touching the ground. Take care of that back. Take care of your neck. About another 15 seconds to go. Try bringing your knees either side of your ears, Valerie. See how that feels. And then at your own pace, when you're ready, slowly, slowly, with control, using your hands as brakes, bringing yourself back down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, that little roll from side to side. Always feels good. I've done some very deep work, so we're just going to do a little bit of lower back stretching because that's the area you might feel it in. So bring your left foot to the mat, cross your right ankle over the left knee. Feeding right hand in between the figure of four, clasping behind the left thigh. Draw that left thigh in towards you. Flex both feet, stretching out the right glute, the right hip. Relax your shoulders. Lift that left foot a little higher perhaps. Squeeze that thigh in a little deeper. And then releasing, setting up on the other side. Left ankle over right thigh. Hands behind the right thigh. Drawing left thigh in towards you. Flex both feet. Keep those legs active, but relax the shoulders. Keep the breath moving, don't hold the breath. And releasing both feet, bringing them roughly mat width apart. T-shape your arms, drop both legs over to the right, turn towards the left. Gazing at the left hand. Make sure your hands are level with your shoulders and they're not up high or too low. You want them in a nice straight line. Inhale, center, dropping both knees over to the left, turning to gaze at right hand. Inhaling to center, back over to the right, and this time press into the left foot to really extend that left hip up. Should feel a lovely, lovely stretch across your lower back. Really press the left foot on the mat. Poke that left hip up higher, turning to look at the left hand. And releasing to center, both knees over to the left. Press into the right foot. Stretch out the right hip, the right glute, the right lower back. And relaxing into center. Taking hold of the outer edges of your feet, coming up for a happy baby. And taking a little rock from side to side. Massage that hard-working lower back. We've really worked our backs today. And then slowly, lovingly, carefully, bringing your feet to the corners of your mat, extending legs long. Arms either side, palms facing up. Adjust your hips, adjust your shoulders. Close your eyes and just breathe. Long, slow, even breaths as you relax. I want you to imagine your third eye, that spot in between your eyebrows. And imagine there's a light there. And stare at the light. Focus on the light as you count in your head whatever breath count works for you. Relax your jaw. See your tongue to the roof of your mouth. gently just starting to roll your head from side to side. Dropping your chin from one shoulder to the other shoulder. Drawing circles with your ankles and feet. Drawing circles with your wrists and hands. Bringing the legs together, point your feet, flex your feet. As you inhale, your arms long overhead. Taking a full body stretch. Point your toes, flex your feet. Reach with both hands, but pull your shoulder blades in and down behind you. And then gently, lovingly, taking one knee at a time into the chest. Taking a little rock from side to side. And rolling over onto your side. Pressing yourself up to your comfortable cross-legged seated pose, hands on knees. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards your ears, and as you exhale, just let them drop. Inhale, squeeze, 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 and let them drop. Turn and gaze over the right shoulder, seeing out the old year, and over the left shoulder, seeing in the new year tomorrow. Lovely yogis, thank you for joining me. I wish you a very happy, healthy and prosperous slide into the new year tomorrow. Enjoy whatever it is you end up doing. I will probably be in bed by 10 o'clock with a mug of cocoa, I'm not going to lie. Have a great time, and I will hopefully see you, Becky and Joe, on Sunday, and Valerie next week. Lots and lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love to you all. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.